exclusive club level is the talk of MCI Center. Club seats offer reserved private seating for every home game of the Washington Wizards and Washington Capitals. To reserve your club seats now, call 202-MCI-97DC. The MCI Center Club Concourse, with luxurious accommodation and seating that places you on top of the action, is the perfect place to entertain business associates, friends, and family. Reserve your club seats by calling 202-624-9732.
HTS puts you right in the middle of all the ACC action. Every week, tune into ACC Live for a full hour of the most comprehensive show, exclusively covering the Atlantic Coast Conference. ACC Live, Sunday nights at 9 on HTS.
The Capitals, ready to play on Washington Sports Station, WB50.
4-4 after 2 periods of play tonight on WB50. The Mighty Ducks of Anaheim had been shut out a league-high 6 times, 5 times in the last 12 games alone. They've won just 3 of those games, but they've had all guns flaring tonight. After 40 minutes worth of work, we are deadlocked at 4. We'll have some goal highlights for you in just a moment.
I sat through double overtime in Chicago. I survived an ice storm in Cincinnati. And 96% humidity in Miami. And in Green Bay, I was there on the frozen tundra, 40 below wind chill.
Why didn't you just watch all of these games on a Mitsubishi big screen from the big screen store?
Buy any Mitsubishi big screen, VCR, audio, or home theater system and pay nothing till January '99 at the big screen store.
On July 12th, Kirby Termizi found over $30,000 in his cab. Coincidentally, enough to purchase a redesigned Mercedes-Benz C-Class. Yet, he returned every penny to the woman who left it. We at Mercedes thought someone who'd return enough money to buy our car should have one.
Ready to play. The Blue Devils are ready to play on HTS. Let's give 100% plus 10% more. You better get ready. Anybody who takes nights off is going to be in some hot water. You should be in great condition. No excuses. Let's just get it done. We're really going to have to be ready to play.
Virginia, ready to play for state bragging rights against VCU. Saturday night at 7:30 on HTS.
You just have to be ready to play.
It takes more than electricity to make the holidays bright.
Have you tried it yet? 10321? Well, you should. For quick calls like, oh, did I wake you? 10321 saves over AT&T. And for longer calls like, hi, my dearest Granny, I have so much to tell you. 10321 saves big time. 50% off all calls over 20 minutes. That's half price. Best part is, you don't even have to switch phone companies. Try it today. Just dial 10321, then 1 and the number. Oh, but don't take my word for it. Check your phone bill. Go on, check it.
Straight tonight after 2 periods. The Caps and the Ducks are 4-4. We've got 20 minutes to go in a wide-open affair at the pond. Joe Beninati along with Craig Laughlin on WB50. Craig, they say turnabout is fair play. Caps had 3 of the 4 in the first. Ducks turned the tables in the second.
Yeah, they started out real quick on this Washington Capitol team. Here's a play. Mironov across, gets it back to the point. Here's just a shot, hard shot. Ruchin picks up the rebound in the high spot, knocks it in. They credit him with the goal. He was in the high slot. They were back into the game 3-2.
Number 4 on the year at 245. Mironov and Daigneault with the help outs.
But then the Capitals responded. Nifty play down low. Peter Bondra and Chris Simon crisscross. Then Bonzai gets it to the point. Nifty one-timer by Gonchar through a screen. A wrist shot. Beats Hebert. Fools him from the point. Beats him over the catching glove.
He wants that one back. Housley and Bondra assisting on Gonchar's second first in 21 games.
Then right off the draw, you have the draw coming. You have Pronger to Paul Correa back to the point. Mironov across to J.J. Daigneault. And watch as number 77, Adam Oates, comes into the picture. He's going to come across, and right there, I think this is when the goaltender doesn't see the puck. Through the leg, and then a knuckleballer beats Olaf Kolzig. He whiffed on that. He was upset, I think, after that puck went in.
1 minute, 17 seconds later, he was upset again.
Yeah, well, then you have, obviously, when Timo Solani gets the puck with a full head of steam, look out. All you can do is back up, but the Caps in good defensive position. But here's the play coming across the blue line. Peter Bondra, as Korea jumps to the inside, and then you can see the puck get deflected by the Capitals defenseman up and into the top corner. Korea is first at 14:48, assist by his buddy who we had here in the intermission. Timo Solani, they connect. Nice goal into the top corner.
Hebert and Kolzig have not been on their A game. We'll see how that turns out in the third period on WB50. Caps and Ducks are tied up at 4. The final 20 minutes of regulation. It comes your way in just a moment. Caps hoping Korea doesn't do any more of that.
How do you make a new 98 Dodge Neon go even faster? Offer $1,500 cash back or 1.9% financing for up to 60 months. It can save you over $2,700. So before this offer ends, step on it to the friendly Dodge dealer near you. How easy is it to buy a new 98 Dodge Stratus? Just pick A or B, which can save you over $3,100 over 60 months. A or B, B or A. Hey, whichever one you choose, you win at the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Because they're not getting any younger. Because she'll never believe what you just saw. Because absence really does make the heart grow fonder. Because, well, just because. For whatever reason, Sunday is the day you call people the most. That's why MCI introduces 5-cent Sundays. 5 cents a minute every Sunday, if you're an MCI customer. And if not, call 1-800-SUNDAYS.
Holidays are sprinkled with delight, rich and warm, golden and wrapped in tradition. They embrace many cultures and bring together families and friends. These times that bubble with cheer, these times that dance with lights, these are the times we treasure most. From the Giant family to yours, may your holidays be delicious.
Get ready to get creative. Get into a Rebel G. Capture your imagination on film. Let Rebel take you beyond snapshots and experience the ultimate rush. Cool. Rebel G and only EOS lenses from Canon.
It is showtime, baby. This game has speed. What an explosion of skating strength. This game has skill. Oh, have you seen a better performance than that? Oh, wow. This game has power. Too big, too strong, too much. What a play!
What a show. On WB50 in Anaheim this evening. 4-4 after 2. Craig, this is an appropriate segue to our Chevy Chase shot chart. 21 shots for the Ducks in the second period.
Yeah, and there you look at the Capitals leaders. Bondra 3, Gonchar 3, Simon 3, and 3 with 2. But for the mighty Ducks, Paul Korea 8 shots, 7 alone in the second period. Dmitry Mironov 5, JJ Daniel 3, and Rushin a pair, 27-23, favor the mighty Ducks.
You keep shooting the puck, and good things will happen. Just ask Paul Korea. One of his 7 shots in period 2 finds the back of the net. Brings us where we are, 4-4 with 20 minutes to go.
Oh, man, Turtle, what are you thinking? You're in the middle of the road. Come on, Turtle. Come on, Turtle. I got fresh beer. I got to get through. Come on. This way. That's it. Come on. What?
Everybody likes to have a good time. But hey, before you go out to party, always choose a designated driver. It's a sign of intelligent life.
Where to, guys?
Your nephew. What could he be up to right now? Hanging out, pondering the mysteries of the universe? Growing up much too fast. Well, now's the perfect time to find out. MCI introduces 5-cent Sundays. 5 cents a minute. Every minute of every Sunday, if you're an MCI customer. And if not, call 1-800-SUNDAYS to become one.
Right now at the Big Screen store, you can get any Mitsubishi Big Screen for 0 down, 0 interest, 0 accrued interest, and 0 payments until January 1999, which means everybody wants a new Mitsubishi Big Screen for Christmas, and that makes Santa's life very difficult. Ever tried to get a Mitsubishi Big Screen down the chimney? At the Big Screen store.
No service charge. No lines. No traffic. No parking. No dress code. Free home banking from Chevy Chase. It puts your bank as near as your PC or telephone.
WB50 coverage of Caps hockey is brought to you by U.S. Airways, the Washington area's #1 airline, and by Modell's. Gotta go to Moe's. And by Canon. So advanced, it's simple. All hands on deck for the third period. 4-4, 20 minutes to go in regulation. The Caps begin the third period on the tail end of a power play. Still 11 seconds left, and the minor doled out late in the period to Sean Pronger. Steve Konowalchuk for Peter Bondra. Watched carefully by J.J. Daigneault. Oates for Konowalchuk. Power play expires. Pronger is set free from the penalty bench. Goes right to the puck with Adam Oates shoulder to shoulder. Caps had 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Ducks 1 in the first, 3 in the second. We're even at 4. Steve Ruchin pivots away from Johansson. Correa wedged off by Konowalchuk. It is Riki's turn now. Off the boards, too far for Oates. Comes the length of the ice, and for a rare time this evening, Craig, icing is called.
Yeah, it's been a very, very quick hockey game. We're going to take a look at some statistics here on our MCI game stats. Here it is through 40 minutes, 27-23 of the shots favoring the Ducks. Scoring chances, a high amount, 32 total. Face-offs, 1 favor the Caps by 4. The power plays have been powerful, combining 4 for 6, 16 shots total on the special teams power plays combined.
Linesman Lonnie Cameron set to drop this puck. Ducks trying to snap out of a 4-game winless skid. Caps trying to win for the 16th time this season. Ducks control the draw. Marshall lost it on that lively carom. Toms pinched by Dallas. Denorti cheating down from the point position. Gave it to Pronger. John Pronger ambles out of there. He's got a 2-on-2 working. On the wing, Reichel right to the belly of Kolzig, and he'll squeeze.
The Ducks again have started this period quickly, very similar to their second period start. There's a hard shot by Warren Reichel. There you have it. Got a Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche. Light heavyweight is this big guy right here. As they chip it up, and Pronger, nifty move through the middle as he chips it wide. Reichel, hard slap shot. Good movement by the goaltender Kolzig, getting out of his angle, making sure that puck has nowhere to go except into the gut.
Reichel, 218 penalty minutes a year ago. Rather tame, Craig, I think you'd say, to his L.A. days when he used to rack up over 300 annually. Hunter and Ruchin on the draw. Just underway in the third. A little more than a minute gone by. We're deadlocked at 4. Even strength, 5 aside. Riki fidgets the puck free, launches it the length of the ice. Miller trying to outskate Daigneault to it. Daigneault beat him, icing Caps. Shots on goal are 28-23. Scoreboard is even at 4. Fans, wouldn't you like to win millions? Play Powerball today, where the minimum grand prize is always at least $10 million, and the prize continues to grow until it's won. It pays to play the DC Lottery. One could say Johansson has hit the jackpot more than his fair share on the power play this season, Craig, with 6 power play goals, just trailing Peter Bondra with 7.
Yeah, and 1 shorthanded, 10 total for Callio. Big thing with him is they've got great chemistry at the blue line. Both those guys, when he plays with Housley, when he's out there with any of his partners, they seem to really read off each other. He's been put into great situations, such as 5-on-3, power plays, and his one-timer shot. He gets that off with the best of them in the NHL.
Steve Konowalchuk's turn now for the Caps. Away from Stevenson. Mironov handed it back ahead. Sacco deposited on his backside by Riki, and Riki will clear. Daigneault speed, intercept Oates. Here comes Konowalchuk. Bondra slashing towards the net. Mironov keeps it moving around the corner curve, not out. Riki through traffic, right on to Hebert. He'll vacuum that up. Guy Hebert in the cage this evening for head coach Pierre Paget, playing before a sellout crowd, 17,174 here at the Pond, 7th sellout for the Ducks.
Pierre Paget, former coach of the Calgary Flames, now here in Anaheim, got booed at the start of the year. I mean, when he was introduced, he got booed. Fans really loved Capitals coach Ronnie Wilson here. But now he's finding his way back into this building. I mean, you start winning, you're going to get some fan support behind you.
Ducks general manager Jack Ferreira, a big fan of Pierre Paget. He hired Paget to be the head coach in Minnesota back in 88-89. Joe Juneau on the board again for the Caps. Juneau now with goals in 3 straight games, points in 4 straight overall. He'll take this draw in the offensive zone. Tenorti's wrister blocked. Jeff Toms with Bobby Dallas. Ruchin pinned by Juneau. Marshall trying to kick it from skate to stick. Good forechecking here for the Caps. Toms, Juneau, and Simon, the offensive trio for Ron Wilson in his first return back to the Pond. 4-year head coach of the Ducks dismissed this past offseason. Klee punches one back to center. Anaheim on the regroup. Paul Correa, a 3-point night with a goal and 2 assists.
And Klee, Mr. Versatility here for the Caps. He started the first couple of periods playing forward. Now he's back on the blue line for Ronnie Wilson's club.
Just a tad less than 3 minutes into the third. Anaheim and Washington still even at 4. Ruchin pressured by Toms. Bobby Dallas lumbers back to center. He'll play it in. Ducks want to get a line change on the go. Tenorti ahead. Boulis watched it come through. Bondra right on target for Michael Pivanka, darting down the wing. Pivanka to the goal mouth. Nobody home. Ducks clear back to center. Riki partnered with Johansson. Ed Drury on the forecheck. Bondra, who has struck tonight for his 21st of the year. Continuing an amazing run that he is on. Mironov swings the cage. Janssens taps it. Riki plays it. Pavel Trinka controls. Trinka, 21-year-old rook. Native of the Czech Republic, moves back with Mironov. Content to play the corner. Janssens will get there ahead of Johansson. Centering feed. Riki right there to patrol. Bondra, 2-on-3. No numbers advantage for Ruby. Outside, inside. Nice move. Dale Hunter to the goal mouth. Hebert got a goal stick in the way. Tomas Sandstrom for the Ducks. 15:43 to go regulation. 4-4 score. Riki hammers one in from center. For Ruby, double team, coughed it up. Pronger got it back to neutral ice. Tenorti for Berube. Ron Wilson wants to shake him up.
Obviously, between the periods, both coaches on the board and their chalkboard stress defensive coverage. Right now, they're being very responsible. No chances each way. A lot of the play now really in the neutral zone, really going a conservative system, 1-2-2. The same way the Capitals are setting up now, very high, open it up, force you to make those passes in the middle.
This becomes the time when you rely more and more on your game breakers, guys like Solani and Correa. Bondra for the Caps. This is icing against Anaheim. Just a little bit past the 5-minute mark of the third. Mark Tenorti and the Caps in a duel at the pond, tied with the Ducks at 4.
Holidays are sprinkled with delight, rich and warm, golden and wrapped in tradition. They embrace many cultures and bring together families and friends. These times that bubble with cheer, these times that dance with lights, these are the times we treasure most. From the Giant family to yours, may your holidays be delicious.
It's impossible to keep the ocean from the shore. It's just impossible. Ask a baby not to cry. It's just impossible. For to live without you now, it's just impossible.
Let's take a look at our U.S. Airways game summary today. Timo Solani scores league-leading 25th goal. Peter Bondra scores his 21st goal, 14 goals in his last 12 games. He's been on fire, and Paul Correa returns after a 32-game absence with a goal and 2 assists. His goal has tied up this game at 4 apiece in the second. In this third period now, Joe, with 14:54 left, has really calmed down into a defensive game, looking for game breakers, as you mentioned, like Team Timo, Paul Correa, Peter Bondra for the Caps to break something open.
Solane, Correa's running mate, earlier in the year had 11 games consecutive with a goal. Bondra's got goals now in 11 of his last 12 games and 6 straight that he has appeared in. Built around that 3-game absence with the foot injury. Great to see number 12 back and gunning in the Cap lineup. 14:50 to go in regulation. Thanks so much for staying up late with us tonight on the WB. Joe Beninati, Craig Lockwood with you, Bill Bell, our producer-director, and as always, a tip of the cap to a fine crew in Anaheim at the pond. Even at 4. Ruchin looking to change that. Had his stick tied up by Johansson. Bondra swoops in there to collect. Peter Bondra, those powerful strides back through neutral ice. You pointed out earlier, Craig, Correa and Solani light on their feet. They do it differently than Bondra, which is raw power.
Yeah, just all power and strength. He'll go through you. These guys will tiptoe. I mean, they're so quick. It's like their skate isn't even in the ice. They skate that high off.
Oates to the corner, Simon. Busy night around the NHL. We'll have a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in just a moment. Caps and Ducks are 1 of 9 this evening. Tenorti, through a screen, deflected. That gave Abear fits as he reached across with a catching glove. It is 4-4 here in the third in Anaheim without a score in the third period. These are finals on the Giant out-of-town scoreboard. New Jersey continues to roll 5-2 over Montreal. The Rangers continue to fail at home. 4-3, the Panthers get the better of the Broadway Blue Shirts. Buffalo, a 1-goal win over visiting Carolina. Edmonton and Detroit, the Oilers pulled the upset on the Wings at Joe Louis. Philadelphia, 1 goal better than the host Blackhawks. San Jose, a 1-0 shutout over the Dallas Stars. Pittsburgh and Phoenix skated to a 2-2 tie. Calgary has the 2-goal cushion in the win department over Colorado on our Giant out-of-town scoreboard.
San Jose must have had more than 20 shots on net. That's the only way you beat that team. Belfour's been red hot. I think it's 7 shutouts now. And man, I mean, he's been getting under 20 shots during those shutouts. So San Jose Sharks, a team, they're a young team. They're up and coming.
Getting better and better. Coach Sutter just loves the way they're playing. They skated to a 3-3 draw with the Caps a couple nights ago.
And Caps had to score late in the game.
Bondra with less than a half a minute left.
Yeah.
On a power play goal with a goalie pulled. Sense of the dramatic for Peter. This one seems like it is destined for a dramatic finish. Washington at one time had a 3-0 lead. The Ducks have battled back. It's a 4-4 tie. Juneau to the goal mouth. Tenorti was tied up. Good work on the back check there by Stevenson. Juneau will swing. Joe Juneau carves back. Long drive, head high. Hebert flags that down. Cullen. Matt Cullen for the Ducks. Joe Sacco will continue the rush by sending it in deep. Reekie the first to it. Johansson lofts it clear. Rapidly played first 7 minutes of this third period without a score. We are tied at 4. Make my partner smile here. Jean-Jacques Daigneault did not clear.
You're learning. But you see how they play now? Everything's dump, dump, dump. No freewheeling again. Look at 2 more icings in this period. That's the type of game we're going to see the rest of the way.
Icing washed out there. Reichel right on the net. And Colze got to make that stop, and that was the product of hard work from Tomas Sandstrom. Reichel with a quizzical look at the referee. Reichel and the Ducks, Colze and the Caps, 4 apiece.
On the next Nightmare,
What are you mixed up in?
a demonstration of deadly high-tech weapons.
On a live human target.
Now, with his friend and father held hostage.
I'll give you one last chance to tell me where they are and what you plan to do with them.
Nightmare makes his move.
Turn my world upside down. Now it's my turn.
I thought you would be a challenge. The end of Nightmare.
Tonight at 6 on WB50.
Have you tried it yet? 10321? Well, you should. For quick calls like, oh, did I wake you? 10321 saves over AT&T. And for longer calls like, hi, my dearest Granny, I have so much to tell you. 10321 saves big time. 50% off all calls over 20 minutes. That's half price. Best part is, you don't even have to switch phone companies. Try it today. Just dial 10321, then 1 and the number. Oh, but don't take my word for it. Check your phone bill. Go on, check it.
Fans, Bell Atlantic presents the Washington Capitals Community Calendar. This time we talk about the Toys for Tots Drive. Join the Caps and the U.S. Marine Corps for the 97 Toys for Tots Drive. Thursday, December 18th. Mark it on your calendar. Caps and Panthers at 7. Bring a new unwrapped toy and receive a coupon to a future Caps game at MCI Center.
Now, as former Capital, looking up at the scoreboard here, checking out all the out-of-town scores, 2-2 tie Phoenix. Was he still looking for his 700th goal?
Mr. Gartner?
Yes.
I believe he still is short.
He got it tonight.
There you go.
So he got his 700.
Congratulations. 700. And so many years of effectiveness. Got to get him into the Hall of Fame, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Daigneault. Blocked off by Johansson. Johansson trickles it ahead. Bondra picks it up on the run. Look at Correa throw his body around. And then take a high stick from Bondra. Play continues, according to referee Maruelli. Fans here upset a sellout crowd. They wanted to call on Bondra. Solane shrieks back into the attack for the Ducks. Fancy drop past Mironov. Forced away. Good defense. Solane pivots on Reekie. Teemu Solane. Still with that puck on the string. Finally lost it. This is offside against the Ducks. WB50 coverage of Capitals hockey is brought to you by U.S. Airways, the Washington area's #1 airline, and by Modell. Gotta go to Moe's. And by Canon. So advanced, it's simple.
I like these teams to go to some O's, some offense. Pick it up again.
Are we north of the border?
Yeah, offense. Here's an odd call. 2 superstars going at it. Paul Correa and Peter Bondra, the linesman in the bench. There's a little pushing, shoving, hacking, whacking. Both guys fall down. That's non-penalty. You're going to send 2 superstars off? Forget about it.
Let them play.
Let them.
Craig Laughlin says.
Yeah, forget about it.
Just put the blame on Locker. 11 minutes, 28 seconds to go. Regulation time third. Deadlocked at 4. Caps guilty of icing.
There's big Jason Marshall. Been up and down in the minors. Played a little bit in Baltimore in the American League last year. He's
been well schooled with Mo Mantha being their coach in the minor leagues, and a lot of these young defensemen give a lot of credit to Mo Mantha.
You mean he didn't want to move to Cincinnati, Ohio, and be part of the Mighty Ducks of Cincinnati?
No, he
I
wanted to
hate
move
that,
right
by the way.
here.
The Mighty Ducks of Cincinnati. Icky. Pierre Paget and Ron Wilson. Paget for the Ducks, Wilson for the Caps, matching wits this evening at the Pond. 4-4 score. 11:28 to go in regulation. Mark Jansen will bend to the task on this face-off with Joe Juneau. Linesman, Lonnie Cameron, has things in order. Jansen, throughout his career, has been a good face-off man throughout his 10 seasons in the NHL. Rough stuff in the corner. Caps with a puck. Simon did not clear. Marshall kept Washington pinned in there deep. Clee around the corner curve with Juneau's help. Here comes Washington. 3-on-3. Juneau drifts wide. Hits the late man Clee. Blocked by the sprawling Dallas. Jansen's got it back to center. Right there waiting Mark Tenorti. Tenorti tumbles one behind Hebert. Did not slow it down. Simon and Jansen were nose-to-nose for a moment. No fisticuffs. Stevenson gives chase on Ricky. They come up high. Kelly Miller with a hop for Washington. Jansen's and Simon in a heated battle. Wrist shot Hunter blocked by Hebert. Is that Simon or is it Ricky?
No, it's Simon in there, Ricky from behind. We had Jansen's and Chris Simon hacking at each other all the way in that shift. Jansen wanted to get a piece of Chris Simon. Simon got in the only punch in this little fracas at the bench here. Just the one little punch to the face. Simon wanted to go up. Simon and Jansen will probably get coincidental minor penalties.
To eavesdrop a little bit on the yipping and yapping that goes on.
Yeah, they'll probably get coincidental minors. They'll have 4-on-4. That really opens it up for the superstars, Timo Solani and Korea and Peter Bonder for the Caps.
He's really cut back, Chris Simon has, on the
retaliation
stuff
and the retaliation
stuff. We have a chance to show you the verbal joust between these two.
And there's how it started in the neutral zone. Jansen hauls him down by holding onto his hockey stick. Now you'll see them talking a little bit. See Jansen just talking a little shot there.
Hey, anytime you're ready, big fella.
Play continues, and watch Jansen get in front of him again. Now he says, okay, let's talk some more. Now they're both going off for a shift change, and look at them. And there's that one punch I said that Simon landed. How fast was that lap? Boom.
Good eyes, partner.
Yeah.
Real good eyes. Penalties have been doled out. Maruelli explaining things to Korea, the Duck captain, Hunter, the Caps captain. 2 minutes each for roughing, doled out to Jansen and Simon.
There's the old guard and the new guard right there in the picture. Number 9 and number 32, that Capitals captain.
Listen up, kids ages 16 and under. Don't miss out on your chance to become the Model Sporting Goods honorary stick boy or girl of the game. Look for entry forms in your local Model Sporting Goods store and mail it in for your chance to win. Just past the 1 o'clock hour back home. Children 16 and under should be in bed. Yes? Okay.
No.
No?
Well, they should be watching us.
Up late on a Friday night?
Sure.
I see.
No school tomorrow.
I see. Lying awake in bed watching Channel 50.
Exactly.
Now I got it. You see the Miners gold out there. Simon and Jansen's at the 9:33 mark. 4-on-4. That just sends a shiver down my spine when you consider Bondra and Korea will be ready to run. Oates won the draw very well. Riki. Misfire. Daigneault, who has a goal tonight for the Ducks. A 4-4 tie with Washington. Fast approaching the midpoint of this third period. Oates looking to create. Stop and start move on Mironov. Oates turns the corner. Mironov with that long reach made the stick check. Brother Boris plays in Edmonton. Dimitri here in Anaheim. Last year, Mironov had a 2-goal game against the Caps. Very hard shot.
Sixth among all NHL B last year.
In points.
Yeah, 52 points.
Big
Impressive.
year.
Yeah.
Korea and Mironov playing catch. Ducks would have been offside. Riki taking his time to hand back for Juneau. Juneau surrounded there by 3 Ducks. Dallas finishes Juneau off. Mironov did not clear. It comes to Bondra. Stutter step fake on Mironov from a bad angle. That shot was shanked. To Nordy. Spins it round the boards. Juneau hustles it for Bondra. 48 seconds left of 4-on-4 play. Solani. Dallas, nice move. Long blast, a dipping shot. Holds it. Stayed with that well. Bill Housley's turn now for Washington. Flips to the corner. Juneau racing there with Dallas. Ooh, stick came up high, and Joe Juneau went down to the deck. Referee Maruelli allows play to continue. Ruchin dips back out to center to reload with Daigneault. Jason Marshall. Sandstrom. Housley tied him up for a moment. Sandstrom sets up shot near and off for Daigneault to crash. He hit the linesman, Cameron, thankfully for Caps fans. Here comes Oates. Oates in. One-hand shot stop. Follow-up bid, and Hebert got a piece. Simon to the point. Riki. Riki's shot was blocked. Jansen's just exited the penalty bench in time to headman to Sacco. Neat little move, but a 2-line pass. Riki and the Caps exhale. 8:13 to go. Regulation even at 4. We're back to Anaheim on WB50.
I don't shower before work. I email over oatmeal. I take conference calls in my pajamas. Just take a look at the area that I'm highlighting. There. That works. I document conference, I page, I fax, I work out. I get tons done. I still don't shower. I pray we never, ever get video conferencing.
Even at 4, 8:13 to go in the third. At the pond, Teemu Solani watching some of his handiwork on the video scoreboard. Caps head coach Ron Wilson's had the chance to coach some very, very great goal-getters in the NHL. 2 in particular playing tonight. Both of them have scored, by the way. Bondra and Solani. When we caught up with the Caps head coach earlier tonight, we asked him to compare and contrast the 2 goal-getters, Peter Bondra and Teemu Solani. Strengths?
Teemu Solani and Peter Bondra. Well, I think they're very much the same in the way they like to shoot for holes, try to get in behind the opposition defense, rely on their speed and quick hands to score goals. I think you couldn't draw a better parallel than those two. It's the only difference is Teemu's a right shot and Peter's a left shot. But essentially, they're one and the same as far as I'm concerned.
Ron Wilson watched Teemu Solani cash in on his 25th of the season. It came right on the heels of a Peter Bondra goal, number 21 for Mr. Bondra. Very explosive, dangerous, TNT.
It's amazing how guys like that, when they touch the puck, it's either in or it's a great play. I mean, you just can't work on that. You know, these guys are naturals at what they do. You can try all you want to be a goal scorer, but if it doesn't come naturally, you're not going to score. These guys are natural guys.
Offensive strength against offensive strength right here. They line up opposed from each other. This is Ruchin, Solani, and Korea. Oates, Konowalchuk, and Bondra. Goldzig and Hebert, the goal-getters, or rather the goaltenders tonight. They've taken a back seat. Offense has been the headline. Ruchin, Solani, Teemu trying to hit Paul. Korea coming late. Ruchin keeps it moving back behind the cage. Johansson scampers to play ahead of Korea. Steve Konowalchuk's turn. Konowalchuk, Oates, one-timer. Didn't get a lot of wood on that. Easy pickings for Hebert. Riki, nice work to keep it in the offensive zone. Oates from his knees to the front. Korea was waiting. This one comes the length of the ice. Touched up by Housley, icing Ducks. 4-4 game, 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go regulation. Here's some Dodge trivia. Paul Correa has won the Lady Byng Trophy the last 2 seasons. Who won it before him?
Wow, tough question.
Well,
Adam Oates has been up there.
Oates has been there 3 times as a finalist. Was a finalist last year. Correa edged his teammate here, Teemu Selanne.
Brett Hall. Last couple of seasons, Correa, Oates, and Selanne. In the last 2 years, all Lady Byng Trophy finalists. Little helping hint. We found out he plays in the Eastern Conference.
We'll let you chew on that question.
He's got to be a checker. He's got to be a checker. I'm going with some checker.
Simon through traffic blocked. To the front, that was blocked away. I think he plays in Pittsburgh. Sandstrom's got a breakaway waltz. Cutting in, Tomas Sandstrom. No goal, big save. Do we have a penalty shot? Do we have a penalty?
I don't think we have
anything. If we don't, it was a heck of a defensive play. What hustle by Jeff Toms, and what a big save by Kolzig, who appears injured on the play.
He's been run over all night long. Either somebody's been sitting on him or he's been run over, and they're on the breakaway. Tomas Sandstrom, look at him burn back. You say Jeff Toms, good hustle. There's a hack and a whack. He cuts towards the net, and Toms is going to get away with one, but I think he had pretty good body position. Watch the end. The stick's going to come over and chop the legs out from underneath Sandstrom. Right there. But he falls down. Pretty good defensive play as he wrapped the stick up and over Sandstrom's stick. No call on the play. The faceoff should remain inside.
Definitely in the clear. Definitely with possession. I'm going to guess Ron Francis is the answer on our Dodge trivia question. Let's go back to the question. Paul Correa won the Lady Byng Trophy the past 2 years. Who won it before him?
Let's take a look. Ronnie Francis. Congratulations, Craig Laughlin. You're a winner once again on our Dodge trivia question.
I get one. He doesn't give me anything.
94-95. I don't remember anything after about 2 minutes. How could I remember 2 years ago? I got a trivia question for you.
Go for it. Does it involve Ron Wilson?
No, it involves Teemu Selanne.
Go ahead.
He's one of 3 players to hold franchise records for points in a season on different teams.
On different teams.
Yes.
So
Who
like
are the 3?
So like he holds the Winnipeg record, Phoenix record, and Anaheim record. Winnipeg,
yes.
Phoenix, Anaheim.
And who's the other guy? Pretty easy one.
Wayne.
Yes. And where?
L.A. and Edmonton.
Yes. And who's the 3rd guy? That's the guy that I'm sending out to all the fans. That is a real trivia question right there.
Okay.
Who's the 3rd guy?
7 minutes to go. Plenty of time for you to think about that.
And he played for the Caps. There's another question. Another answer.
Another hint.
Another hint. Whatever.
Get it straight.
Whatever. It's late.
Jeez Louise. Mironov spun Selanne around. Johansson will fetch it.
This is called Laughlin's trivia question.
Gotcha. Calle Johansson off for Berube. In deep. Kelly Miller on the board back in the first. Juno Bondra joined him there. Gonchar had the lone goal in the middle period for Washington. The Ducks have 4. The Caps have 4. Correa, Daigneault, Ruchin, and Selanne have tallied for the locals. Johansson, 65-footer, no problem for Hebert. Backpedaling Tenorti pushes it ahead for Oates. Shoved away by Jeremy Stevenson. Matt Cullen will clear it in. This is Pierre Paget's 4th unit. They have played very sparingly. We have not seen very much of Antti Alto, Craig's favorite player. Dallas back behind Kolzig. Stevenson. Oates through the hit on Cullen. Rescues the puck for the Caps. Konowalchuk. Ken Klee. Dallas will spin it back out. Richard Zednik missing with the flu tonight. Todd Krieger, injured ribs. Oates feathers it back behind the Anaheim net. Bondra distributes for Riki from a bad angle. That caught the side of the cage. Bondra one hand. Riki point drive blocked by Sandstrom. Back comes Reichel. Wrist shot. Kolzig made that stop. Shots on goal, 32-31 Anaheim. Sandstrom with a steal. Rieke took care of that. Here's Oates. Oates will clear it in behind the play. Rieke and Sandstrom pawing at each other.
Both teams look very tired. I mean, you played two real strong first and second periods. This has really went to a crawl here in the third. A lot of hook and holding and grabbing. Both teams unable to get on track with their speed.
It's like all of a sudden they hit the wall. Correa's played more than 20 minutes tonight, and this is his first NHL game. As the season progresses for him, his ice time totals will continue to rise. Mironov to Solane, onside. Here comes Correa, 2-on-1 developing. Correa waits, cuts in, Finn on the wrist shot. Oh, Ruchin missed a gimme.
Wow, a broken play ends up with the empty net for Ruchin. He can't bury it. Caps in trouble there. Quick 2-on-1. Again, it happened in the neutral zone. Capitals got to get the puck in deep.
4 minutes to go, regulation, 4-4 score. Thankfully. Here comes Cullen. Wrist shot blocked by Johansson. Simon taps. Juno rolls out of there, 2-on-2. He's got Berube with him. Overlapping with the Chief. Juno waits, looks for some late help. Miller goes to the goal. Juno long-range block. Miller follow-up block. A scramble in and around Guy Hebert's goal crease. Sacco bursts loose. Rieke with plenty of time. Ducks in the middle of a shift change. 3:22 to go in the third period. 4-all. Hunter and Marshall. Marshall soccer styles it back for defense help. Warren Reichel in neutral. Sandstrom flying down the wing to the goal mouth. Reichel swinging a miss. Hunter caught at center by Sandstrom, who's really wheeling. Sandstrom right around the corner. Ken Klee muscles up. Tenorti. For Konowalchuk. And back to center.
Geez, after that windup, Sandstrom's going to have to get off to the bench.
You need some oxygen.
Wow.
Chris Pronger threw a screen, and Kolzig just got a piece at the last instant. Solane, dangerous for the Ducks here. Towards the net. Reichel was tied up by Klee. Tenorti moves back to center. Washington needs to get fresh troops out there. 2.5 minutes to go in the third. 4-all. All the scoring in the first two periods. Teemu Solane with Correa. Paul Correa. There's Ruchin. Big save, Kolzig. And Correa was denied on the rebound. Bobby Dallas revs it back up for the Ducks. Down to 2:05 in the third. Solane sidesteps Rieke's hit. Johansson for the Caps. They're loud now. A sellout crowd at the pond. Was very quiet in the first when it was 3-0 Washington. But the Ducks have battled their way back. It's a 4-4 draw with less than 2 to go in regulation. Buckle up. Big finish when we return.
Have you seen the elf? Have you seen what the elf can do? The elf does its magic with advanced photo system film. Presto, it's loaded. Now take super shots in 3 different sizes. The elf even shows you the whole roll on one print. Have you seen all the elf? Elf, the big name in the advanced photo system from Canon.
Of all the great conveniences found in America's best-selling minivan, here's one you rarely get to enjoy. A very generous $1,000 cash back on Grand Caravan. Or you can choose this Dodge Caravan, which includes all this at no extra charge. And after $750 cash back, the price drops to an exceptionally low $17,245. But hurry, because numbers this good get carried away rather quickly. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
For a piece on the WB, Paul Correa with a goal and a pair of helpers, driving to the net, cuts to the middle, and then misfires, but Ruchin on the doorstep, open net, shoots it wide. Capitals stave off a goal lead there. Would have been 5-4. It remains at 4 apiece.
Here comes Pronger. Sandstrom, now Reichel. Sandstrom. Oh, neat little move there. Juno thankfully got a skate in the way. We are 4-4 with 1:40 to play. Juno with Pivanka. Michael Pivanka back in the lineup after missing 13 games since the tail end of October. Centering feed. Hebert in the way. Pronger on the flip. Dallas rewinding with Marshall. Marshall did not clear. Oates, good work to keep in. Towards the front of the goal. Konowalchuk blocked away. Tenardi hammers one right on, and there's Hebert with a stop and the cover. Craig, the Caps have been busy of late, playing some games that have come right down to the nail-biting finish.
Here we take a look at the fantastic finishes for the Caps. Last 4 games, 3-3 tie in the last outing against San Jose. Scored late in the third to tie it. 5-4 loss versus Florida. Florida, Washburn goal scored with just 2:43 left. 3-2 win versus Florida. Jeff Toms with the OT winner, inaugural game at MCI. And a 3-2 win over the Rangers. Joe Juno got on the scoreboard. Nifty pass from Konowalchuk to beat Mike Richter.
1 minute and 11 seconds away are Ron Wilson's Caps from overtime again. It would be a 4th time in 5 tries.
I got to go back to my trivia question.
Yes, you do.
Okay, it was 3 guys that have led 2 different teams in points and have records for those teams. You said Gretzky, correct. 2 teams in Oilers and Kings. Solani, Anaheim, and Winnipeg. The 3rd guy, a former Capital. That's why I had to bring this one up. Dennis Marouk with the Cleveland Barons and the Washington Capitals. How do you like that?
You know, I had heard that question asked before, and I never heard the answer. And the reason was because we couldn't figure out that Cleveland had been a defunct hockey team. That's where Marouk had the other record. Now I understand the answer. 50 seconds to go. Will we have an answer in terms of win and loss tonight? Solani, right on, score! Up in the air, and it finds the back of the net.
And that's simply a bad goal, but we talked about Timo Solani in that trivia question. They find ways to score goals. That's simply a bad goal. Olaf Kolzig knocks it up. It's his 2nd time he's did that. He did that on the goal in front to Rushin on the power play. But here, Timo Solani, his 26th goal of the year, 2nd of the night, has propelled the Ducks to a 5-4 lead. The Caps still have time. 43 seconds left, but such a late goal on the wing. Here's the shot coming on a bad angle. Look at Kolzig looking for it. Even Tenardi trying to dive into the net to try to keep it out. But the finish Flash is finishing hard here in Anaheim. Here's the play on a bad angle, hard slap shot, up and off the blocker. Tenardi can't recover and grab it, and it bounces over Olaf Kolzig into the net. There he is. They call him Salami also. He's got the goal. 5-4 Ducks.
WB50 coverage of Capitals hockey has been brought to you by U.S. Airways, the Washington area's #1 airline, and by your Greater Washington area Dodge dealers, and by Bud Ice, the official beer sponsor of the NHL. Drink Bud Ice, but beware the Penguins. And by Giant Food, quality, value, and service. That's Giant, your place to save. And by your local area Mercedes-Benz dealers. Inside the pond, the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim, Ron Wilson's return. 43 seconds away are the Ducks from spoiling it.
And here's why it'll be spoiled right here. Hard slap shot by Solani. Hits the blocker, goes up and over Kolzig. And look at that dive by Tenardi. But he actually gets a chunk of it, and it continues to propel into the back of the net. Solani with his 2nd. There you look at highest percentage of goals scored per team. Solani over 34. That'll be updated. John Leclerc, 26%, and Peter Bondra, 3rd. So he's a guy, when he gets the puck, we've talked about him loving to shoot the puck. There he gets the goal late in his 3rd to help out his Ducks team.
He's got 40% of the Ducks 5 tonight. 5-4, 22 ticks left to go. Kolzig on the bench for the extra attacker. 6 on 5 for the Caps. They need 1 to force OT.
This is when they need one of those fantastic finishes right here.
Housley on the mark. Juno, 10 seconds left. Curry on the intercept, looking for the 4-point night. Bullseye! Game over.
That's amazing. The Capitals up 3-0 early in the 1st, and then the Superstars took over. Paul Correa, his first game back, 4-pointer. Timo Solani, 2 goals, continues his league-leading goal-scoring prowess. And the Capitals are going to fall to defeat here in the pond in Anaheim. Disappointing loss when you've got the lead. You fight back. It's 3-0, 3-2, 4-2 up go the Caps, and they're unable to hold on here. A few breakdowns, a few lucky goals by the Ducks have doomed the Washington Capitals in Korea's comeback game tonight here in Anaheim.
Our Mercedes-Benz player of the game, no question.
Superstar Paul Correa, 2 goals, 2 assists. That's a superstar play at the end, aiming that puck right into the center of the open net, putting the final touches on this victory for the Ducks. The Capitals are going to fall to defeat 6-4 on Ron Wilson's return to Anaheim.
In their 5th year of existence, the Mighty Ducks, this ties the largest deficit they've ever overcome to win. The Capitals had a 3-0 cushion in the first period. The Ducks battled back from that 3-goal deficit to win. It is the 2nd time they've done it. The only other time, January 14th, 94, against the Hartford Whalers.
Well, there's a guy, happy return for Paul Correa. The fans are up on their feet. He'll definitely be the first star here for the Ducks. Paul Correa doesn't look like he missed a beat tonight. He looked a little fatigued early on in the first period. Take some short shifts, got right back into the fold. The dynamic duo continues to rock the National Hockey League. Timo Solani and Paul Correa, the story of tonight's hockey game.
Ducks win it 6-4. WB50 coverage of Capitals hockey is brought to you by U.S. Airways, the Washington area's #1 airline, and by Modell's, gotta go to Moe's, and by Canon, so advanced, it's simple. Caps hockey returning to the WB tomorrow night at 10:30 when the Caps conclude their 3-game West Coast trip in Los Angeles, taking on the Kings. For Craig Laughlin, Bill Bell, all of our crew in Anaheim, Joe Beninati, thanks for your time this time till next. Once again, the final, the Ducks 6 and the Caps 4. Caps hockey has been a presentation of the NHL, CBS Cable, and Washington Sports and Entertainment. The game's #1 star, the big hero, the leading man for the Disney Studio hockey team, gets the win tonight. Ducks 6, Caps 4. We'll see you tomorrow night.